What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today we're going to be talking about how the NBA will be doomed once the Houston Rockets reach their full potential, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, I know saying the NBA is going to be doomed sounds like I'm over-exaggerating, but I kid you guys not. The Houston Rockets have had multiple home run picks in the last two NBA drafts, and now they have a roster full of young players that all have elite upside. And I want to start with what they did in the 2022 NBA draft. They started with the number 3 overall pick, and they decided to go with Jabari Smith. Now, even though Jabari Smith was the number 3 pick in this year's draft, I feel like the Houston Rockets got themselves a steal. When it came to the big 3 in this year's NBA draft out of Banchero, Holmgren, and Jabari Smith, I always felt like Jabari Smith was the best fit for the Houston Rockets, but I thought it was no way he fell to number 3, and then boom, he fell right into the laps of the Houston Rockets. Now, there is so much to love about his game, and what makes Jabari Smith so special is his ability to shoot the three-point shot, because he stands at 6'10" tall and he possesses a 7'2" wingspan. And it's very rare that you see guys with that size and length have the ability to shoot the 3 ball like Jabari Smith does. He's really great at catch and shoot threes, knocking them down off the dribble. And what makes him so dangerous is that he's agile and mobile enough to be able to move without the basketball. He's really good at coming off screens, coming off flares, or coming off pin downs, catching and turning to shoot the ball very quickly. It makes him very dangerous on the offensive side of the ball. And also in college, he flashed the potential to be able to create his own shot, getting to the mid-range area and pulling up, and also getting to the rim. And it doesn't stop on the offensive side of the ball for Jabari Smith. He's also a really good defender. Watching Jabari Smith at the collegiate level, you could just tell that he really looked forward to shutting down the opposition. He is a great perimeter defender, and what makes it so scary is that we got to remember that this guy stands at 6'10" tall and he has that 7'2" wingspan. You tie that in with his elite lateral quickness, it makes him a headache on the defensive side of the ball. Not only does he stay engaged when he's playing on-ball defense, but he's also engaged when he's playing help defense as well. He does a great job of playing the passing lanes to get steals, and he's also good at rotating. So he's going to be a very good defender for the Houston Rockets, and he's going to be able to guard multiple positions, and we all know how valued that is in the NBA today. So the Houston Rockets got themselves a player that can knock down the three-point shot at a high clip and also defend at a high level, and that's just what he's going to be able to do when he come into the league. We don't know how good he's going to be when he starts developing. And also in this draft, they had the 17th overall pick, and they went with Tari Eason. Just like Jabari Smith, I consider Tari Eason to be a steal in this year's NBA draft as well. I thought it was no way that he fell out of the top 10, and he ends up going number 17 to the Houston Rockets. But nonetheless, Tari Eason is a monster on the defensive side of the ball, and is definitely the best part of his game. And I want to look at his physical traits. He stands at 6'8". He has tremendous length with a 7'2" wingspan, and he also had the biggest hands in this year's NBA draft. So he has a great body for being a lockdown defender, and to make things better, he also has the athleticism. He's fast, quick, strong. He also has some bunnies. All of this allows him to be a very versatile defender. At the collegiate level, he could guard 1 through 4, and he was a lockdown on-ball defender. He blocks the shot or gives the opposing player a good contest at the rim. He's also really good at playing the passing lanes, and he gets a lot of steals, which leads to fast break opportunities. And he just has a great knack for playing defense. And I think he's definitely going to make some all-NBA defensive teams in his NBA career. He's solid on the offensive side of the ball as well at the collegiate level, and watching him in this year's summer league, he has shown the ability to knock down his wide open three-point shots. In the half court, he's a great cutter and finisher at the rim. In transition, he has the ability to catch the rebound and take it coast to coast for a finish. And I think he's also an underrated passer and playmaker. He does a great job of making the correct pass and also keeping the basketball moving around. So I really like Tari Eason for the Houston Rockets, and I think he has tremendous upside. So I think both of those guys, Jabari Smith and Tari Eason, they were definitely home runs in the 2022 NBA draft. And now we go back to the 2021 NBA draft, where I think the Houston Rockets also had 2 home runs, and in that draft they started with the number 2 overall pick, and they went with Jalen Green. Now Jalen Green is coming off a solid rookie season for the Houston Rockets. He put up 17 points per game, and I would say out of all the members on the Houston Rockets right now, Jalen Green definitely has the highest ceiling. He has the ability to do everything on the offensive side of the ball while also having great size, great length, and great athleticism for the shooting guard position. Jalen Green can score the basketball confidently from all 3 levels. He can knock down the three-point shot in the mid-range. He can get to the rim and finish with the best of them. He makes the tough finishes with either hand, and he can get up and punch it on you. He also has a great handle on the basketball. It allows him to orchestrate the pick and roll, and he's a skilled enough passer to set up his teammates out of that set. So Jalen Green is the total package on the offensive side of the ball, and he's also a really solid defender. And I think pretty soon Jalen Green is going to be able to put up 25 points per game pretty easily. So the Houston Rockets have something really special in him. The Houston Rockets also had the 16th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, and they went with Alperen Sengun, and he also had a very solid rookie season. In just 20 minutes per game, he put up 10 points to go along with 6 rebounds and 3 assists, and I think he is filled with so much talent. He excels on the low block, playing with his back to the basket. He has a bunch of post moves. He can finish with both hands under the rim. Whenever he gets fouled, he does a great job of knocking down his free throws. And also out of the post position, he is a great playmaker. He does a great job of seeing the floor and setting up his teammates. He's also really good in pick and roll situations as the screener. He does a great job of setting hard screens and rolling hard to the rim. So I think Alperen Sengun has the potential to be one of the most skilled offensive centers in the NBA today. And I just think the Houston Rockets have a bunch of great things going for them. I think the 4 guys that we talked about today were absolute home runs in the NBA draft. Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green, and Alperen Sengun. And the Houston Rockets still have a bunch of other young talent on this team. They still have Kevin Porter Jr., who I think has a very high ceiling. They still have Jayshawn Tate. They also drafted Ty Washington in this year's NBA draft, and they also still have guys like Josh Christopher. So things are looking really good for the Houston Rockets, and once these guys start to develop, they're going to be a very dangerous NBA team. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below what you think, whether you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.